This production update is happening in Toronto, Canada. We're here at the Toronto Documentary Forum, which is also part of the Hot Docs Film Festival. And we're here to pitch Blast. The way this event works is 30 projects are chosen from around the world to pitch to dozens of commissioning editors from all over the world, some of the top buyers internationally, who hear pitches one after the other and decide whether or not they like the film. So this is where it all happens. People sit around, and that round table, you are grilled about your project as you pitch it. They won't let us shoot during the pitches, but I wanted to show all the artist share people what happens here. So all the commissioning editors sit at this table, all around, and they have debates about your film. You talk for 7 minutes and show a clip, and then there are 8 minutes of questions, 15 minutes total. Now today, we're having meetings. So we had 3 meetings. They set up meetings in this little space, and you get together individually with broadcasters and people who might fund your film, co-production, commissioning editors, etc.
I'm here as an observer and doing some TV sales, so it's definitely not tense for me, but I think for the filmmakers who have a lot riding on trying to get the money from the people around the table, it's definitely a very, very tense moment. They have a bottle of scotch for the filmmakers to take the edge off, give them a little liquid courage, but I think that the overall sense is once that kind of performance aspect of it, sitting in front of 500 people telling them about your work, once that's over, then you have that opportunity to just sit down and have those conversations. It's the beginning of a hopefully really fruitful conversation with a lot of different people.
And this is the view when you're pitching. You speak into that microphone, the lights are all on you, and all these commissioning editors from around the world stare at you while you pitch. It's very intense.
It was like pitching. When I think of it, I think of like, don't walk into the light. I don't remember anything.
You don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
I just remember kind of a spotlight and like nothing else.
It's like adrenaline takes over or something. It's like another thing takes over and you're like
totally
on automatic.
What's it feel like to be pitching? I really feel like I am running around naked in the winter and I'm totally not ready for bikini season. Maybe like in New York City. Maybe completely not even beach related. It's going to go really fast. And all in the my one mantra is just to talk slow.
Talk slow.
To talk slow. There's adrenaline plus excitement for a project. I tend to become a little motor mouth.
I felt like I was sitting for my oral exams in Oxford. It felt like the student union at Oxford.
Chasing people for funding? It's a most amusing process. It's one of my favorite hobbies. You go up and you feign disinterest, you feign like you don't need them, and then you go up and you pitch.
So I'm glad all the Artist Share participants could join us for this experience in Toronto. It's a pretty wild one, and it's a landmark for Blast. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to videotape the actual pitch because we weren't allowed to take cameras in the room. But I thought I'd give you my pitch and see what you think. I might flub. Doing this makes me a little nervous, but we'll give it a shot. So I come from a family of scientists, and a couple of years ago, my brother Paul Devlins, an astrophysicist, casually invited me to document his new experiment in Arctic Sweden. That led to a 2-year journey that took me all the way to Antarctica. Blast is the name of a sophisticated telescope that is more sensitive than the Hubble for collecting the faint light from the farthest, most ancient galaxies. It is designed to understand how the first generation of galaxies and stars were formed. To do this, however, it has to get to the top of the atmosphere. And since there's not enough money for a satellite, there's not enough money to put the telescope on a satellite, my brother and his team enlisted NASA to attach their telescope to a high-altitude helium balloon that inflates the size of a football field when it gets to the top of the atmosphere. They launch it from Arctic Sweden. It travels for 7 days to Arctic Canada, where they drop it, hopefully not in water, because the data is still on the telescope. They recover it in the remote polar bear region of Arctic Canada, only to find that it was out of focus. So now what? Well, my brother doesn't give up easy. So he takes his entire team to Antarctica, and they do it all over again. See, this is a very determined, passionate group of scientists, and they're career-driven and ambitious, but overriding all this is a burning desire to understand how the universe came to be. So, that was my pitch. I flubbed it a little bit here, but it went pretty well yesterday. Nick Fraser, our BBC co-presenter, gave us a lot of good things that he said about us. He compared me to Werner Herzog, which was quite a surprise, since we actually cut the piece of Werner Herzog out and he hadn't seen it, so it was very coincidental that he mentioned Werner. He also called me a conehead, which I didn't appreciate as much, but I think everyone found it amusing, which is helpful. And so that was great. Nick Fraser is sort of the type A bulldog around here, so to have him on your side sort of clears the way for everyone else to say yes. So we're having a good experience, and we're really happy you could join us. So thanks very much. Here we go, pitching some more.
Oh, the blast page rocked.
I thought the trailer I was so
really
into it. Like
really good
when they
trailer.
almost didn't get it, I was like,
Yeah.
I was that voice you heard.
Yeah.
But you guys got amazing. I mean, you guys got amazing responses.
They did good.
That was the only. Didn't you get like I'm buying it? Wasn't there like a sure sell? There were a couple. There were a couple. It was like
no, they had really good.
Michael Burns and then somebody else was like, okay, well if they don't want it, we'll take it. Wasn't that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see, you know, till the check's in the bank, as you
Yeah,
say.
show me the money.
One of the great things though about it has been the way that I feel like I'm invested in other people's projects, like Paul's and Claire's and Julie's. And the first moment I heard their pitch before they even performed it for all the commissioning editors, I completely got that film. And Blast is exactly the kind of film it's the kind of film that made me want to be a documentary filmmaker. So I'm really excited about seeing the final results, and I think Paul is just the guy to do it, and both Julie and Claire as well. So yeah, thumbs up. It's like I was a biology major in college and then went to film school, so I am all over that kind of film. I thought that the pitch process was incredibly supportive, actually. I live in LA, and I do a lot of work in sort of the Hollywood realm, and it was not about shooting anyone down. It was actually, the moderators were all about, so they were like auctioneers that were trying to generate momentum for your film. So I really appreciated that.
I was pretty much in pieces beforehand, so I was literally just cutting stuff out of my pitch 20 minutes before. I thank the gods of whiskey. I'm fabulously relaxed. I'm much better. You can inform Paul that I now feel like I'm completely clothed walking normally in New York now. I will never ever speak in front of people again without a cocktail.
Well, I want to thank all of you Artist Share participants for joining us at Hot Docs. It's really great that you can be part of the team and share this experience with us. It was really valuable for us to come here, and we had a lot of fun. I'm feeling very relieved, and I hope that we can turn some of these meetings into actual broadcasts and even checks. So keep you posted on that, and let you know what happens with the follow-up, and we'll see you at the next production update. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.